here again. You have fantasy football with the Dork and the Dude.
I'm the dude.
And I'm the Dork. Welcome.
Yeah.
Dude, you have the floor.
Well, I'm wearing the mask, and this is because I should have been wearing it last week, but because of our Christmas show and my elaborate Christmas Hawaiian outfit, I couldn't pull it off. So I'm doing it.
It's a mask makeup.
I'm doing it this week, but the dork lost this week, so he's doing it next week.
And I'm just gonna say we've both been pretty good. I think we've been over both been over 500.
Yeah, we have.
The past few weeks
Against the spread.
Yeah.
I mean, the pros, 60% they're a genius. 54 they got to have to break even.
Okay. Well, dude, do you have anything to any of your? I didn't bring the sheet. I'm not working this week, so I am all discombobulated. I didn't bring my last week's. I didn't bring my last week's sheet.
Oh, with your picks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just go through it real quick. But before we do that, I got a little voodoo thing I got to do.
Okay.
Okay. So we put the voodoo curse on Dak for my MVP bet at 75-1 on Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Okay. Lamar Jackson did a job on the Niners. Brock Purdy is now like 12-1 instead of minus 225.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is the new front runner for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 weeks to go, Dork.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So we're doing our little voodoo thing. This is the first time we've tried this thing. We've done the negative needles. Now we're going to get some positive voodoo by taking out the negative black pen and putting in the positive white pen for Lamar, baby.
For Lamar.
Yeah, because since our last show, I did a hedge bet on Lamar for MVP, and I'll talk about that later, Dork.
Yeah.
So, good luck to Lamar. I want him to beat Miami this weekend. If he beats them this weekend, it locks it up. But anyway, I went 10-6 this last week.
I was 9-7.
Yep. And how'd you do on your best bets? Do you have that at all, Dork?
I was 4-5 on my best bets.
Okay. You don't have your dudes or dorks, so we won't go over that, but I'll go over mine real quick.
Okay.
Here's the ones I hit on. I had Geno Smith as a dude. Numbers weren't all that great, but man, last minute drive to win the game.
Yes, sir.
I had Mostert, dude. I had Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 throwing, dude. And then my sleeper was Hubbard. I think he had a touchdown.
He may have. They scored a lot of points.
Yeah. I had Justin Jefferson versus Detroit. He lit those guys up. And then I had DK Metcalf versus Tennessee. He had I'd make him a dude. And then as my dorks, I had Purdy versus Baltimore. 4 interceptions makes you a dork,
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it?
I think so. Well, depending on your scoring, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, this is for scoring where interceptions are deducted.
Yeah.
We don't do that, but a lot of leagues do.
A lot of leagues do, yeah.
Let's see. I had Debo and Ayuk as dorks, and for the most part, they were against Baltimore. I had Isaiah Likely as a dork versus the Niners. He was. And I had Miami D versus Dallas as a dork, and they were. That's it for my dudes and dorks.
I don't even remember mine. It's been a long time since the last show, so... anyways, let's jump right into this week.
I think you're smoking too much weed or something, man.
I have been hitting the gummies rather hard this week.
Okay. All right.
But at least I'm sleeping well and laughing a lot at Jeopardy.
Can I take the mask off now, Dork?
Please do. Please do.
It's a little, like, as you know, $3.99. It's a little uncomfortable.
No, the way I see it, put the mask on, give a little, well, this is where I fucked up, and,
that's it.
Then take it off.
Yeah, it's an acknowledgement along with a admonishment, shall we say. Okay, and I'm wearing my voodoo gear, thinking of you, and you know who you are out there in the bottom feeders, thinking of you.
Okay.
All right, where are we going, Dork?
Be real interested to see what happens when we start next year, when you've had a whole off season to hone your voodoo
Oh,
skills.
man, it's going to be fucking awesome.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't either because I didn't get into this till later in the season.
Yeah, and
when my
mid-season,
season was shot.
You're kind of learning as you go along, but
Totally.
in the off season, maybe you can go and learn it, under a master.
Well, I was actually thinking of just going down into the French Quarter in New Orleans and just hang out with a couple voodoo doctors.
Find some there
for a couple weeks.
Find one of them, one of those daiquiris you can get on the street.
Oh, I think they're way past daiquiris, Dork.
Okay.
Yeah, the voodoo doctor. You don't
mess with that shit.
No, I think daiquiri's a woman's drink.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway,
I drink beer.
I hear you.
Anyways, quarterback, dudes, who you got?
Okay. Well, I'm expecting a bounce back. Brock Purdy versus Washington.
Yeah, I got Purdy.
Great matchup.
Washington can't stop anyone.
They're terrible. They're disintegrating. Their whole
right before our
staff's
eyes.
Going to be fired. They'll be looking for a draft and a quarterback.
Okay, I got Kyler against Philadelphia.
I got him as my sleeper.
Okay.
The only thing I'm worried about, though, is he missed practice today with an illness.
Okay. So it's possible they might shut him down.
Well, he's probably got the flu.
Okay.
So just monitor the injury
Always
report.
monitor, yes.
Yeah, I like Kyler.
Who you got next?
I got Stroud versus Tennessee. He's back.
Stroud. He is back for sure?
Yes.
Okay. I hadn't seen that.
It's not official, but
I assumed he would be.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be back. If he's back, plug him in. He might be a little rusty at first, but Tennessee's been getting torched.
Yep, that's a good one. I got Dak. He got Detroit at
I almost
home.
put him down there.
But he's been good at
the
home.
Detroit defense is terrible, so he should go off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did you see the press conference Dak did after this last weekend's loss?
No.
Yeah, he had the deer in the headlights.
In
other words, it's spent. There's a potential for this to spin out of fucking control for the Cowboys.
I agree. Detroit's not an easy team to beat.
Well, and Dallas is on a downward trajectory. They can't run the fucking ball. Teams have learned that if you can pressure Dak, he's going to throw a bunch of incompletions. So, anyway, I don't see that.
Okay.
But I could see it.
Okay. Dak's had a good year.
Yes.
Okay. I also.
Are you playing him?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
As of now, I could change my mind by Sunday.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is my other one.
Okay. And he's another guy that Dak and Hurts, unlike a lot of the great quarterbacks, they don't handle defeat well when you get them in front of that camera right after the fucking game. Hurts was the same fucking way. He looked devastated, and he's like throwing the whole team under the fucking bus. So I don't like that one either.
Okay.
Sorry, Dor.
No, that's fine.
It is what
it's
it is.
It's all about disagreement. Who else you got?
That's it.
Okay. Okay, how about RBs?
RBs, I'll kick it off with Jonathan Taylor versus the Raiders.
Really?
He's going to do a job on him. He's slowly been working himself back. I think this is his third week back from injury.
Yeah.
He looked better last week by double than he did his first week back. He's going off, and the Raiders can't stop anybody in a running game.
The Raiders' defense has been doing pretty well lately. So
playing chumps.
I'm going to disagree with that.
Playing chumps.
Played the Chiefs.
They're chumps.
No, they're not. They're still a good team.
Yeah, good teams don't get beat by the Raiders. And so, and Indy will win that game.
Okay, we'll see.
And in fact, if Indy beats the Raiders after the Raiders beat the Chiefs, does that mean Indy's a better team than the Chiefs?
No.
Okay, so your whole logic's down the drain. That the Chiefs are a good team.
You got to look at the whole season.
I have.
There's ups and downs in the season.
I've watched every KC game. I've seen it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, don't get sidetracked, Dork. You give me a running back dude.
Did I say Swift yet?
No.
Okay, I'll say Swift.
I can see that. He looked better last week.
I also have, and this is a check the status, but Zamir White or Josh Jacobs against Indy.
Yeah, White looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He looked awesome.
But Jacobs might be back this week.
And that's the reason I'm kind of concerned about the Chiefs is because their defense is got gashed by the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the strong point of the team.
Well, they shut down the pass pretty well.
Well, that's because that O'Connell isn't an NFL quarterback.
But no completions in the last 3 quarters.
Because the guy's a stiff.
Okay, but he's out there. He's had some good games against teams. So.
Okay. I got your boy, Kyron Williams versus the Giants.
Kyron? Yeah, he's a given now.
Okay.
That's a good one, though.
But I think he's going to go off.
He's been going off, though. He could be RB1.
Yeah, he could.
I got ETN against Carolina.
Don't like that. The Jags are collapsing.
But they're playing Carolina at home.
Don't care.
Carolina's going to get the must-win.
Carolina's D is pretty tough.
Green Bay put up 33 points on them.
Yeah, and how many points did Carolina score in Green Bay?
30.
There you go.
But that's... Anyways, Carolina's D has been good, I agree. In fact, been saying that for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But,
no, I think Jacksonville's falling apart.
ATN.
I saw Doug Peterson on a show yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they were asking him about the team losing 4 games in a row
Yeah.
and shit. And he had deer in the headlights, and that look on his face that you've seen on coaches when they know they're going down the toilet for the season. He's there. He's in the toilet bowl, circling.
He might be. I mean, a loss to Carolina at home.
Yeah,
That would suck for them.
I wouldn't call for a loss, but I am going to be taking Carolina their points, which we'll be talking about later.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Who
else you got, Dork?
Oh, I got Javonte Williams against the Chargers.
Okay, I can see that.
And especially now with Wilson, the Russell Wilson news.
Right.
And then I got CEH against whoever the hell they're playing.
Okay.
Doesn't cross my name right now. He seems to be the guy, though. So.
Okay.
And again, check it. It's Pacheco if Pacheco's back.
Sure.
But McKinnon is on IR. And,
I don't know if maybe I can enlighten you of something you're not aware of football-wise, Dork, which is hard to do because you're the Dork master.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you drop McKinnon for Ramondre Stevenson?
I did.
Hour ago, Stevenson went on IR.
Oh, for the year? Okay.
Yeah.
At the time, it was 50-50 whether he'd be back, and I thought, well, that'll be a nice guy to finish up.
Yeah, so you're going to spend another $3.
I may just keep him around. I got backs I can use.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Okay, that's too bad.
It is.
Heel strong, Ramondre. Come back strong on your new team, and looking forward to watching you next year.
I got my last one is a sleeper, Ty Chandler versus Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, I got him. Green Bay's not stopping anyone lately, so.
Yeah, in the pass or the run.
No. I don't know what happened to them. They were looking so good, and then
Their defense was playing a little above average early in the season. Now they're like bottom 5.
Well, they went through a run there where they were pretty good, but then it's like once New York beat them on Monday night,
Yep.
it's been downhill ever since.
Big time.
Okay. Wide receivers.
Okay, I got a couple of dudes here for you. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin versus New Orleans. They're going to torch those guys.
You know, Baker's lighting it up.
Yeah, he is.
He's, yeah.
And Mike Evans is one of the best wide receivers in football, and I think he's underappreciated. He doesn't get talked up for the kind of dude he is after all these years.
Mm-hmm.
He's unbelievable. What is this, 10 years in a row of 1,000 yards for the cat?
Last year.
And he's out there beating the young boys.
Yeah, he's in a contract year, though. Beware him next year.
He did it last year, too.
No, he was dropping catchable passes last year.
Still had good stats.
He did. But remember that one Brady hit him in stride, and he just dropped it and then kind of walked off?
Right.
Like nothing happened, no emotion, no nothing. I
He's a
don't know.
stoic dude.
He's stoic. Yeah, he takes after the Stoics. Were they from Greece or?
I don't know.
Okay,
Some religious sect, right?
that was a group back in
Religious sect.
yeah.
Okay, that's all I got. Oh, no. What do you got?
Wandale Robinson against the Rams.
I don't like
Is it
that.
the Rams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Giants aren't scoring a lot of points.
They aren't, but if Tyrod Taylor comes back,
Yeah.
if they really
They'll be. Oh, they
get
already
rid
announced
of
he's.
little Jimmy Biscuits,
They announced he's starting him.
and he was available, I guess, and they still started that clown.
It was because of the PR, and then once after 3 weeks of looking like the Division II QB he is,
He came from Illinois, but he just wasn't that good.
Yeah, they decided, this ain't working. Of course,
Okay.
they're out of the playoffs, so why not just play DeVito and shit? But I guess you want to win games if you're a coach trying to keep your job.
You want to win games, yeah. In fact, that's one thing that's impressed me this year. For all the talk about teams tanking,
Right.
I just haven't seen it.
I haven't
I
either.
see teams playing hard.
Yep.
I mean, Washington tried to win that game against the Jets.
Yep.
Almost did.
The Chicago
Arizona,
Bears have won,
the Bears.
6 games?
Yeah.
And everybody
and they're
thought
favored this weekend.
I don't think people thought they'd tank, but they thought they wouldn't win more than maybe 5.
Right. Well, it didn't look like they'd win one after week 3, but
Okay, I got Nico Collins versus Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'm picking on Tennessee.
I almost put him down. I think that's going to be a easy win, easy enough win.
Right.
I got Rashi against Cincy.
Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see Cincy's defense is terrible.
CeeDee Lamb and Cooks against Detroit,
Okay.
and Puka and Cup against the Giants. Also Cortland.
Okay, I've
I
got
mean, Puka and Cup are givens, but
Oh yeah. I've got a sleeper, Rashid Shaheed against Tampa Bay.
Really? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude had a good game last week. He's a boomer bust dude,
Mm-hmm.
but when he booms big.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Go ahead, dude.
Tight ends.
I mean, Dork. I got Gerald Everett versus Denver.
I don't know if I can do that with
Good
the
matchup.
Chargers.
Good matchup.
I just can't get excited about the Chargers.
Denver's collapsing.
Yeah, they are. But I don't know if that, you never know how this stuff is going to affect the team.
I know how it's going to affect them. They're going to come out flat, and I would venture to guess. This is just my thought. Now, Russell Wilson probably wasn't the most loved dude in the locker room, but I think he's probably respected.
Yeah.
I would guess there's probably half the Denver locker room that hates Sean Payton by now.
It's possible, but the guy has always won.
Yeah,
so-
but people don't go out and play for guys like that. And what have they lost now? 3 in a row?
I don't know if it's been 3 in a row, maybe 2.
But they're terrible.
They're back. They're kind of like the Packers. They look like they had something going for a while, and
Yeah.
now they're losing again.
Yeah, now their team is looking in disarray like it did when they gave up 70 to Miami.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got, if you're thinking of benching him, don't, because Travis Kelce has the best matchup for tight ends out there.
Well, he's rated number 1 in the rankings.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just tired of all the drama and saying KC can't score, I'm just going to bench Kelce, screw it. Don't. Okay.
Well, early on, I don't know if you remember, Dork, but we were talking about Kelce, and I put a little mini curse on that dude's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been playing like shit.
Okay.
And he's yelling at his coach. I'm thinking him and Taylor are breaking up in 2 weeks. This shit continues, man. I'm almost wanting to call the goddamn shit off to keep the relationship, but I don't give a fuck about either one of the clowns.
Okay.
Little rant there. Sorry, Dork.
The only thing I think about Taylor Swift in relation to football is it's funny watching announcers and Twitter people's heads explode saying she's the one to blame for all this.
Are they saying that now?
Oh yeah, it's mostly the MAGA types.
Sure.
That's their thing.
But but when Mahomes goes in a press conference and says that Taylor Swift is like a good luck charm and she's part of Chiefs Nation,
Yeah.
you're going to get pushbacks from the maggots.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. In other words, he's going, our season's unraveling,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to try to ride Taylor Swift
Mm-hmm.
and her good luck. It ain't working, baby. And I love it because I hate the Chiefs.
Okay, I like the Chiefs,
I
but
hate them. I've hated them.
they're
Being a Raider
definitely
fan, I've hated them my whole damn life.
they're definitely riding the struggle bus as the year winds down.
Yes, and I love it.
Okay, back to tight ends.
You got it, brother.
Who you got?
I got, this is my sleeper long shot dart throw. Tucker Kraft, Green Bay versus Minnesota.
Don't like it.
You don't even know who the cat is.
I know who Tucker Kraft is. What, a third-round draft pick of the Packers this year?
Why don't you like
Stepped
it?
in when Luke Musgrave couldn't get the job done.
Minnesota can't stop
or got
tight ends.
injured. Oh, Minnesota will stop tight ends. They're a good defense. They're going to blitz Jordan Love, and he won't know what
I
to do.
bet you the over-under on Tucker Kraft is probably 21 yards receiving.
Okay.
You want to bet on that?
No.
Okay.
But that 22 yards doesn't make him a dude.
It does if I win a bet with you.
Well, that's why I'm not making the damn bet. Okay. Anyways, I got.
Or as the voodoo doctor would go.
Okay, I got Cole Kmet, Kyle Pitts, and Cade Otton.
Your boy
as other
Kmet.
Dude tight ends.
Your boy Kmet.
You got it.
Okay, I almost wrote him down. He's got a great matchup.
I almost picked up Otton this morning, and then I said, I'm just going to play Laporta the last 2 weeks.
You should have been playing Laporta since week 5 every week.
Probably, but Hawkinson's been good, and he has good matchups.
Yeah, tore his ACL and
Tore his
MCL.
ACL, yeah.
Yeah, you got to play Laporta, and just you don't want to spend money to dump Hawkinson with 2 weeks left.
Right.
That's all I got for tight ends, Dork.
Okay, D's.
Your boys, the Bears versus Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that.
I'm not.
They're not good on the road, so.
Don't care. Atlanta's unraveling.
No, Atlanta's on the road. They beat your Indy boys, what, 29 to... Or no, that was Tampa Bay. Who did Atlanta beat last week?
I think it was Indy.
It was Indy?
And
they crushed them.
I lost some serious money on that. And I didn't expect it, but I don't expect it to continue.
Okay.
Indy's D is worse than I thought they were. But the Bears' defense is trending upwards since like week 6.
And they got Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
Okay. Anyways, I got one I shouldn't have cut for a 1 week thing, and that's Cleveland against the Jets. I think
grabbed them off the waiver
Good
wire.
Move. I was going to tell
and
you,
I'm
good
starting
move.
them.
That's a shutout. That's a potential shutout there against the Jets.
I'm hoping, baby.
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian is going to throw 3 picks
and
probably fumble.
They're in Cleveland, where they are much better.
Oh yeah, no man. When I was looking at the waiver wire, I was content with my D's. I had Indy and Denver, and I was just going to play matchups. And then when you cut Cleveland. And Indy didn't perform for me last week.
Yeah.
I said, hell, I'm plugging in Cleveland the last 2 weeks.
I was going to get them, but then I did not make a move. I did not put one in last night.
You didn't put a waiver in for him because you were right below me. If I don't take him, you get him.
I get him, yeah. I was thinking, I was, like I said, I did a gummy. I watched Jeopardy.
Right.
And,
how do you do at Jeopardy?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good, too.
Okay.
Hey, we might have to do a
Jeopardy challenge.
Yeah, because, you can do it online. There's a Jeopardy game.
Okay.
How about we do 2 out of 3 one of these days over beers and see who kicks ass?
Yeah, I want to do that.
Because I feel pretty good about myself.
I'm not sure. Sometimes I'll feel like I'm answering everything, and then I can sit for 10, 15 minutes and not know what one of them is.
Well, and I'm one of these dudes that...
A lot of it's the categories.
Yeah, if I get good categories, fine. If fucking opera pops up, I'm dead in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess area to each one. Anyways, I also think the Jets might put up some points against Cleveland. I see that as a defensive game.
Okay. Flacco's probably good for 2 picks.
Yeah.
But he'll throw 3 touchdowns and 350.
So, well, we'll see about that. Jets' pass defense is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I have to admit, the Jets haven't given up on their coach or
They haven't.
they're playing, and a lot of teams would have gave up after all this shit
Yeah.
with Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson. Been a fiasco.
Yep. I got KC against Cincinnati. I think that defense is a good play.
That's a good matchup.
Seattle against Pittsburgh. I mean, this guy.
I don't know about that.
Well, Rudolph was behind Trubisky.
Right.
He had a good game this weekend.
Right. Now he turns into a pumpkin.
I think so.
Okay.
You know, they're watching the tape now. Oh, here's where we can get him here. You know.
I was surprised Pittsburgh kept him on the roster because there were rumors that people wanted Rudolph as a backup out there, and Pittsburgh kept him.
Yeah.
Even though he's the number 3 guy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I think Rudolph's probably going to choke, especially if you can get pressure on him.
I got Miami and Denver.
And I don't know how much pressure Seattle can get, but
I got Miami against Baltimore.
I don't like
think they're gonna
Miami.
Show up.
No, I think Baltimore's going to steamroll them.
Okay, I think Miami might win that game, honestly.
And you got Denver. They're collapsing. That's why I
you
cut
don't know
them.
if they're collapsing.
Oh, you watch. That's
they're
why
playing the Chargers in Easton Stick, who have collapsed.
Well, but the Chargers have played tough since Stick came in the last 2 games when they could have just thrown in the towel.
Who have they played? I can't look, but they played Denver tough, I want to say.
Yeah,
and lost.
I don't like that. That's why I cut Denver, D.
Not Denver. Who did they? Nah, it's not important. Let's go to Dorks.
Well, I can tell you who they played last week. Dork. Let's see here.
Was it the Bills last week?
The Chargers, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see here.
Is that on Thursday?
They played Buffalo, yeah. And they covered 11.5.
Yeah.
They're not doormats.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I got the Rams versus the Giants. I'm picking on the Giants.
I get that, yeah. I get that. I do like Taylor is a professional quarterback, though.
He
He's
is.
a good backup.
Yeah, he's solid.
Mm-hmm.
He usually doesn't make mistakes.
But the Rams have been good.
Yeah, they have. And they're on a mission. It's called the playoffs.
Yep.
And the Giants are on a mission. It's called going to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Okay, how about Dork QBs, or do you have more Dude Ds?
I don't. Tua versus Baltimore.
Really? See, I got Lamar versus Miami.
Yeah, no, I
don't like putting down quarterbacks like Lamar or Hurts or Fields as dorks.
Right.
Because they might get a couple dives, you know?
Sure.
So
I'm sticking my neck out and putting Tua as a dork because after I saw the way that Baltimore defense did a job on the 49ers offense, and Miami's not as good as the Niners, I was impressed.
There were 2 tipped passes once things
I know.
steamrolled downhill.
But it doesn't matter. They got 5 picks.
They played a good
game. They won the
they
fucking
played
game.
A tough game.
They were pressuring the shit out of Purdy.
Mm-hmm. I got Flacco as my other dork.
Oh, and by Tua being a dork, I'm going to lay out some numbers for you, Dorkster.
Okay.
He's going to throw for 235 yards,
Oh, okay.
1 touchdown, 2 picks,
Okay.
and sacked 3 times.
Okay, I smell a bet coming later on this game. But,
Okay.
I got Flacco as another QB dork.
I thought about that because the matchup isn't good, but the way Flacco's playing, unless you're penalized in your league for interceptions, he's going to throw 3 touchdowns and probably 300 yards. That makes him a dude, not a dork.
Well, if he does, I'll say I was wrong this week or next week.
Okay. I got Baker versus New Orleans, and he's on my team, and I thought about starting him, but New Orleans D against a guy like Baker, they're going to expose him.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, dork.
I disagree. Baker's
I bet Tampa Bay, but I think
Baker's on one of the most impressive contract drives I've ever seen.
Well, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on one of the most impressive playoff drives by a team that no one expected to win more than 5 or 6 games.
They are. They're
awesome.
It's no great feat winning the AFC South.
True.
But they did get there. So
And they played well doing it.
hats off to them.
Yeah. But Baker will be a dork this week.
Okay, any more?
No.
How about running back dorks?
Kenneth Walker versus Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Dork.
Okay, could be.
Bad matchup. What do you got?
I got Pollard against Detroit, who's
been a dork damn near
very
all
good
year.
against the run.
Yeah, Pollard's been a dork damn near all year.
I got Barkley against the Rams.
Same
They're
with him.
tough against the run.
He's hit or miss. He's a dork 2 out of every 3 weeks, Barkley.
Okay. Well, then I'm smart. I'm using history to
Yeah.
tell people who the dorks are.
You're doing trends.
Who do you got?
You're getting into your trends. Okay, I got a bold one here, dork. James Cook versus New England. Dork.
I could see that. The thing is, he's been so good
Colbait.
that even against a tough D, I think I'd still wouldn't dork him.
I'm dorking him.
Okay. No, I get that.
And I hate it because I like him.
New England's good.
Yeah.
I'm dorking Kamara against Tampa Bay.
How many hatchet jobs have you done on Alvin this season? 6, 7?
Yeah, it's nothing personal. How many times has he had a bad, if I've done it 6 or 7 times, except that 1-2 touchdown game,
Right.
I've had it each time.
No, I agree with that. A lot of other folks have Kamara as a dork.
And I got Gus, your guy.
Gus the Bus.
Gus the Bus. I think Miami's gonna put up a good fight.
Well, I'm
Put it that way.
I'm still undecided whether Gus Edwards is going on my bench or I'm starting him this week because last week he didn't even have 20 yards, but he gets you a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I think he can do that against Miami pretty easily. And if Baltimore is able to move the ball against that Miami D, he could get me 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's all I got, Dork.
Okay, let's go to wide receivers.
Yep. Amari Cooper versus the Jets. And it's hard to make a guy a dork after he just went off for 265 yards and 40-some-odd fantasy points, depending on your scoring system.
See, that's why I couldn't do it, because
But the matchup's terrible.
the matchup is terrible.
Sauce
but
is going to be doing a job on him.
Yeah. No, I agree, but when a guy's in his zone like that, I don't like to dork him.
I know. It was hard for me, but
Yeah.
it's an integrity pick.
Integrity. Yep.
Sometimes you just have to do it, Dork.
Is he on Corn Pop's team?
Yes. And Corn Pop was very happy with the results. In fact, Corn Pop's very happy because he's in first place in the bottom feeders, baby.
Corn Pop would need a total meltdown not to win now.
Oh, no, that's not the case at all. He's only up 72 points
Yeah.
with 2 weeks to go.
That's
That can be made up.
That's a lot. It can be made up.
You made it up on me one year.
Hmm?
I was ahead of you by about that amount with 2 weeks to go one year in our league, and you came back and beat me.
Yeah, but that was you.
I
That
was up.
easy.
I was up like 34.
You were circling the drain. You were discombobulating.
Well, my guys got hurt and they weren't performing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I think I was up on you that year, 34 going into the final week, and you beat me by 3.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I got. And I got one more for you.
Yeah.
Your boy DJ Moore versus Atlanta.
I actually have him too.
Bad matchup.
I think the Bears are going to try and run a lot.
They
as
should.
They usually do. I also have Garrett Wilson
I almost put him down.
and Michael Pittman Jr. because that Vegas defense is just
They're playing out of their
tightening
mind.
up.
They're playing out of their mind. I hope Antonio Pierce gets the job for head coach.
He's making a hell of a pitch for it.
Well, yeah. Who are you going to bring in? That they say the players love him.
Yeah.
He's a former player.
Yeah.
They can relate to him, and he's a hard-nosed Raider kind of guy.
And he seems to be demanding that, you're going to be accountable. If you're not, you're not going to play.
That's it.
And that's very important in a coach, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, tight end, dorks.
Njoku versus the Jets.
You've been waiting to put him as a dork.
Bad matchup.
Yeah, it is.
I just play the matchups, Dorkster. I've told you that.
I got Kincaid.
Yeah.
He hasn't
He's been trending down.
He's been trending down, but this ain't going to be the week he comes back. I also have Ingram against Carolina.
I might have to start him.
Higbee
Actually,
against the
that's not that
Giants.
bad of a matchup.
Uh-huh.
Carolina's better against wide receivers than tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
But
And Henry against Buffalo. Those are my 4.
okay, I don't have any more.
Okay, Dork D's.
Dork D's, Baltimore versus Miami.
Okay,
Miami's going to score on those boys.
I think so. Philadelphia I got. And
They've been a dork for like half the season
but they're rated pretty high against Arizona.
because of the matchup.
I think Kyler might give them some trouble.
But you know, Philly's not getting turnovers. I picked Philly up probably 6-7 weeks ago, looking at the last 3 weeks of the season where they played the Giants, Arizona, and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept them on my bench when I could have been streaming some possibly better options and shit.
Yeah.
But then when I saw how they played, I go, I don't care who they're playing. These cats aren't doing it.
Yeah.
So Mikey picks them up, and then he cut them yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can't play them. The Philly D. They're going to be dorks.
And who else you got?
I got Dallas versus Detroit. Dork. In
Probably.
fact, Dallas has had 2 points in our scoring system the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're killing the machine, and the machine sticks with them. I don't know if it's play your studs philosophy or whatever the case may be. I'd be jumping off that fucking Dallas Cowboy
so.
deep bandwagon.
I think so. I also have Jacksonville. Not that there's anyone was going to play, but
Yeah, no one's starting Jacksonville.
okay. Well, not now that I've told them not to.
They weren't before, Dork. Sorry to wake you up to that.
Okay.
All right.
Jacksonville fans out there, I'm here for you. Okay. Let's
The big part.
the bets. Okay, Thursday night, Jets, and these are the ones that I got them this morning.
I got these an hour ago, so mine might be a
we'll go
little
with
more.
yours. What Jets at Cleveland? What do you got for the spread?
Plus 7.5.
Okay, I got Jets. I'm taking the Jets plus 7.5. I'm going under 35.
I'm taking. Well, and let's just recap for our listeners out there, all 10 of them, Dork, how we did in our side bets this last week.
Oh, you won both of them.
Okay.
Congratulations.
And
I
gonna
paid you.
and I got to let you get your money back, so we're gonna have at least 2 side bets out of these picks.
Okay. It'll be like a double or nothing for me.
I'm going the other side. I'm taking Cleveland, but I'm also and laying the 7.5, but I'm also going under as well.
Okay. Dallas and Detroit. Or Detroit at Dallas.
Yep.
What's your line?
Detroit plus 6.
Still 6?
Yep.
Okay, I have Dallas.
Me
and
too.
I'm going to go with the over. I don't feel good about either one. But Dallas has been pretty good when they need to be, so I'm going with them, and they do have a little more to play for.
I got Dallas in the over as well.
Okay. San Francisco at Washington.
Minus 13.
Okay, I had it at 13.5. I'll knock it down to 13. I'm going with the Niners.
The pros like Chad and Simon are coming in on Washington with.
Yeah, they should do that.
I've got the Niners plus the over.
I think they're gonna. It could be a tight game. It's one of those like I said last week. I have no idea which way to go.
Right.
I know one team's out there trying, and another team
doesn't have any talent.
Yeah, and I got the under on it.
I have the over, and I don't like laying 13 with the Niners after a loss like that, but I think it's going to be demolition.
Yeah. I think it could go either way. If you're asking me who to pick, I'm going to lean Niners because they had been so good at covering.
Now, I'm actually going to predict this score. 40-13.
Okay, that would go over then.
Niners versus Washington.
Okay. Next, Rams at Giants.
Minus 4.5.
Oh, down to 4.5?
Yep.
Give me that.
What was it before?
It was 6.
Oh.
I'll really take the Rams. I had them before.
I got them.
And I'm taking the over.
I'm taking the under. I think Rams on the road. Their offense has been putting up points, but on the road, and the Giants ain't going to score a lot. So I think it's going to go under 45, which I'm guessing this is probably a 24-10 game.
Okay. Miami at Baltimore.
Plus 3.
It's down to 3 now.
Miami plus 3.
I said I'm going to take Miami. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, I'm taking Baltimore, and I'm stick with it.
Taking the
I'll give
over
you 3
47.
for 10 there,
3
Dork.
for 10?
You got it.
Let's do it.
Write it down. Baltimore's on a mission, and I was impressed with Miami's victory over Dallas. I think this is a letdown spot, even though they're well, no, it's a letdown spot. They got to go to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
The weather we
Oh, it
don't
could
know
be.
yet.
Most of the forecast is sunny and in the 50s.
Okay.
The only bad one on Sunday is Cleveland, and they're playing on Thursday, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I love Baltimore in this spot. And you could say Baltimore to have a letdown after beating the Niners. Harbaugh doesn't let his team do that.
Okay. I like Miami.
I got Baltimore and the under.
Okay, I got the over. Okay, New England's at Buffalo,
Plus 13.
13. I just think it's too high. I took New England.
I took Buffalo. I think they're going to blow them out.
I think it's
Which is weird because New England's got a hell of a defense, but Buffalo's on a mission.
okay. Under 40 and a half I took.
I got the under.
Okay. Arizona at Philly.
Plus 11.
I took Arizona.
Me too.
Philly's just has trouble putting people away.
They're not covering.
Arizona can score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Philly will win the game, but it'll be by 4 points.
Carolina at Jacksonville.
Okay, Carolina, plus 6.5.
Okay. I will take Jacksonville.
I'm taking Carolina.
Um,
You want to do 10 on that?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't feel that good about this one.
All right.
I just had to pick a side, and
Yeah, I
I'm
like
going-
I like Carolina there, and I got the under.
my default is the team that needs it more, and Jacksonville definitely needs it.
Yeah, but
I
they've
got
been
the
needing
over
it for 3 or
38.
4 weeks, Dora.
Oh, they're still in the playoffs. They win out. I think they're the champs.
They're in danger of losing their division to Houston.
They are. They are. That's why they're going to play it tough.
I don't think so.
New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
New Orleans plus 2.5.
2.5.
Yep.
Give me the Buccos and Baker,
I'm taking them too. I've already bet it.
and over 42.
I'm taking the under.
Okay.
Two fairly decent defenses. I think it's going to go under.
Vegas,
I see this as a 17-14 game.
It could be. You never know with the AFC South. You're just crazy if you actually.
You mean
bet it.
NFC South?
NFC South. That
Yep.
too. Okay. Vegas at Indy.
Vegas at Indy. Raiders plus 3.5.
Okay. And I got Vegas.
I'm taking Indy bounce back spot.
Okay.
You
I
want,
also
you want to
have
do
the
10
under.
on that? You give me. I'll give you
Let's-
3.
Let's hold that thought.
I'll give you 3.5.
Let's hold that thought. How
Oh.
about that?
I feel good about that bet. Maybe we'll find another one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I do have the under. It was 44. I mixed up my lines.
Okay.
I have the over on the next one, and it's Atlanta at the Bears.
Okay, that's Atlanta plus 3.
Atlanta plus 3. I was going to take Atlanta. I flipped and took the Bears. Because while I was meditating this afternoon, I don't know, something told me, take the damn Bears. It's going to be a blowout.
I'm taking the Bears too, but I'm taking the under.
I got the over 38.
Okay.
Okay. Cincinnati at Kansas City.
Cincinnati plus 7.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
I didn't write down my pick on this, but I know what it's going to be.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks. I'm taking the Chiefs as well. If they don't beat Cincy, who's collapsing
Yeah.
by 7 or more, they're going to be toast in the first goddamn round.
Okay. Tennessee at Houston.
Tennessee plus 5.
Plus 5 now.
Yep.
The Stroud news has moved the line.
It has.
I took Houston.
I did too, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, me either. But you got to pick something.
Yeah, you do. And I took the under, 43.5.
Okay. It's 43 now. I took the under as well. I took it at 42.5. So
Okay,
now,
yeah, it's going up.
heck yeah. Pittsburgh at Seattle.
Pittsburgh plus 3.5.
Okay, give me them Seahawks.
I'm taking them too.
Seahawks in the over. I think
Seahawks,
This is,
well, they're both fighting for their playoff lives.
yeah.
But the Seahawks, even though they've got flaws up the ass, they're winning.
They're a good team.
They are.
They beat Philly. They
Hopefully Geno's 100%.
They went on the road and beat a tough Tennessee team.
They damn near beat Dallas.
Yeah. So, don't sleep on
That's
Seattle.
that's my boys. Little good luck rub. Little good luck rub for my Seahawks.
Okay, Chargers at Denver.
Okay, Chargers plus 3.5.
Okay, I'm taking Denver.
Taking the Chargers. You want to lay that?
Yeah, this is a good one to bet on.
Yeah, I'll take the 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah, two terrible teams, but I just don't like what I see is happening in Denver right now.
Okay. I got Miami and Denver. You got Baltimore and the Chargers.
How can you bench a Super Bowl champion like Russell Wilson with his legacy and his stats and his achievements? You got to be an ego fucking maniac, which I said earlier Sean Payton is.
He is.
Yeah. No. Let's say, for example, guys were talking about this today on a show I was watching. Give me a couple teams, Dork, that have a good enough defense and maybe offensive personnel, but they just need a quarterback that Russell Wilson could go to and turn them around in 1 year.
Right in the division, the Raiders.
There you go.
Giants could probably use him.
Big time.
Hell, Atlanta.
Atlanta could.
Good God, he'd be a god in Atlanta.
Big time.
Okay, there's three.
Let's see. Let me see if I can come up with a couple.
Jets.
Jets. They were on my number one on my list, but
He doesn't get injured.
but it's the Aaron
Actually,
Rodgers.
neither did Rodgers.
It's the
until
Aaron.
this year.
It's the Aaron Rodgers thing. But let's see here. For example, how about New England?
New England.
He
Yeah.
might fit in with Bill Belichick.
He might. He might, Rabbit. He might.
Let's see. One more here. Maybe. No, I think we covered them. There's 5 or 6 teams out there
Just
that
off the top of our heads.
would love to have Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And Sean Payton's kicking him to the curb.
Yep. It's about the money, mostly.
It is.
Okay, anyways, I got Green Bay at Minnesota.
Green Bay plus 1.5.
Give me them Vikings.
I'm taking Green Bay. There we go. There's a bet.
Want to do this one too?
Yeah, you've
Three
been
of
on
them?
you've been on Minnesota lately, and it's not worked out well for
So
you.
we got 3 now.
What do we got?
We got Miami. I got Miami over Baltimore. Denver over the Chargers. You want
Yep.
to go this one too?
You got it. $10.
Okay.
I'll take Green Bay in the 1.5.
I love this one.
I-
Okay.
I don't feel good about it because Green Bay's been playing terrible, like we mentioned. But Minnesota ain't doing any better.
Minnesota's been shooting themselves in the foot all year.
Yeah, and Minnesota had a must-win last week, and they couldn't pull it off.
They
And
couldn't do it.
Nick Mullins is a joke. That's all I have to say
They
about
might
that.
be going
Dork.
with the rookie too, right?
No, it looks like it's going to be Mullins.
Okay. Anyways, real quick, my best bets.
Go.
Rams Giants over 42. Minnesota minus 1.5. Seattle Pittsburgh over 41.5. Vegas Indy under 44. Tampa Bay New Orleans over 42. Seattle minus 3.5 over Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay minus 3 over New Orleans. I guess it's 2.5 now.
Yeah, I like the both the Seattle and the Tampa Bay. I've already bet that.
Okay. I've bet Minnesota. I've bet Tampa Bay. I actually bet the Miami money line, and then I think a Sunday night whim, I threw down on the Cincinnati money line, and then the Chiefs got pounded on Christmas. The math changed since then. But
Yeah,
I
it
kept
has.
my bets, and maybe Cincinnati beats them. Who knows?
Just a short little recap on my betting week. Last week I won on Thursday night with the Rams. Saturday I lost 2 out of the 3 games. Only played 2. And I was pretty heavily invested in those. And so by Sunday I'm going, and I've already got my bets down days before. I'm going, okay, need a big day. Got a good day. Hit like 3 out of 4 of my bets. And so I pretty much had a kind of a break even, maybe $150.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I was so-so last week.
I maybe won
I think
100.
I broke about even.
I don't cover it all that
I had a
well.
lot of bets.
There you go.
I'm going to leave this here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, hey, check this, man. Will the dude beat the dork in his side bets like he did last week? What does it say there, Dory?
It's the white point of the thing.
Well, I told
What's the
you.
worst thing you ever
Oh
purchased?
no, it says it right here.
What does it say?
What does it say, Dory? Oh, let's see here. Absolutely.
Okay, should I just pay you now?
No, you can wait.
Okay. So, dude,
Yes.
you were going to tell us about some of your season-long bets.
Yes. I like making future bets, especially future Super Bowl bets, and you do too.
I do too.
Most of them are dead at this point, but I do have a few.
Dead or cashed in?
I did cash in my Detroit Super Bowl bet and made a profit,
Yeah, me too.
and I still don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but we'll see.
If they do, you still got your profit.
Okay, my futures bet. We'll go right into my hedge bet.
Yeah.
So I got Brock Purdy, $10 on Brock Purdy, 75 to 1 to win 760. You get your $10 back. And this is like a couple of days before the big game, Baltimore, San Francisco. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's say Brock Purdy goes out and throws 2 or 3 picks, lays an egg, and Baltimore wins that game. What's that going to do to my bet? And I realized that it would be very bad. And so I started looking at hedging. And Lamar Jackson was plus 450 to win MVP. And he was the closest one. I think McCaffrey was plus 600 at that point. And so I run the numbers. And with my bet, takes $117 with my bet on Lamar, getting my bet back if I win, to where I guarantee myself $643 instead of just sticking with the Purdy bet, which is now a loser, to try to win $750. So I feel good about that, Dork.
You got it. That's
I
a smart
consulted
move.
you, and you said do it. It's a good move.
Yeah, no, that's a
No
good move.
downside.
Well, the only downside would be like if
McCaffrey wins.
if McCaffrey wins, or say Lamar finishes slow and Miami beats him and gets the 1 seed.
Yep.
You know, a lot of things could happen
Oh, yeah.
still, but
But I only have 2
these
weeks
are the
to worry
two
about.
favorites. And
2 weeks to worry about.
right.
If Baltimore beats Miami and Lamar plays well, it's over.
I think that's the one most people. I think that's what most people would do in that situation. They'd say, "Okay, let's make some money here."
Yep.
And that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel really good about that that hedge bet. Here's another one I still have alive. I bet like $50 on Green Bay over 7.5 wins. They're setting at 7. They have to win 1 out of their last 2.
They get the Vikings this week. Bears at home next week.
I'm hoping they beat the Vikings this week, and I don't have to worry about it because I think the Bears will probably kick their ass.
Tough call.
But
Bears are. We'll see.
That one's still alive.
Yeah.
And here's my Super Bowl bets that are still technically alive. Let's see. I got the Steelers at 55 to 1. They've got an outside shot of getting a wild card.
Yeah.
I've got the Texans, you and me both, 200 to 1.
$5.
And they've got a chance of winning that damn division.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our, okay. Should I break out a little voodoo on this, Dork? Okay, here's the deal. The Houston Texans will win the AFC South over the Jacksonville Jaguars, right?
Okay.
And because Stroud comes back, C.J. Stroud comes back, plays out of his fucking mind the last 2 weeks, and Jacksonville chokes, which is what I said they were going to do.
Could happen. You heard it here first.
That's what we're betting on.
And I hope so.
At
because-
200 to 1, the way Stroud was playing before he got concussed 3 weeks ago, if they get in the playoffs, they could pull some shit.
Yeah. And the AFC is so up and down. No team has.
I mean,
No
Texans,
team is. Well, I guess the Ravens have.
big
but
time.
They
They're the favorite to win the AFC.
They are now. Yeah. So, but the last time they were the number 1 seed, Tennessee bounced them early.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Lamar's not good in the playoffs.
that's what they say, but we'll see.
Well, that's what his stats say.
Yeah.
I've got we both had the Seahawks at 70 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in it. In fact, they're in the playoffs right now. If they win out, they control
Yeah.
their own destiny. The here's some bets I made as far as matchups for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
This isn't who wins it compared to another team. It's just the two teams that make it.
Yeah.
You've seen that bet.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the Ravens versus Seattle, 140-1.
Okay.
Is that sweet?
That is.
And
I
then
don't think Seattle's going to make it, but
let's say they do.
140-1.
If they make it, let's say the Niners play a game like they played against Baltimore, against Seattle in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Seattle runs it, gets into the damn thing. I mean, they got a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Go ahead.
that's why it was 140-1, Dork.
I know.
Right now, it's probably 50 maybe. And then I've got the 49ers to beat the Bills at 28-1. I made that 2 weeks ago.
That's good. That's good. There's a lot of people who are on the Bills
Yeah, this
as a good bet now, and I've heard people say Josh Allen is an MVP bet they like just for the value.
Yeah, he's like 12-16-1.
He's come down. He was up near 30.
I almost thought of making that bet, but I got too much in on that bet already.
Okay, are you done, or you got more?
I'm done. I just have my Week 17 bets that I've already made.
Okay, these are the season-long bets I have.
Do it.
I cashed in a couple of them, Cincinnati and the Lions, as we talked about.
Did you make a profit on Cincy?
No,
Okay.
but I just said fuck it.
But you made a profit on the
I
Lions.
made a profit on the Lions.
Me too.
Okay, Bears 80-1, $20. I refuse to
happening.
pick up the 81 cents to cash that in.
You got to.
They're still 1% in the playoff hunt.
You got to
Look
ride
out,
it out.
NFC.
You got to ride it out.
Houston 200-1, as we said, $5.
Love it.
I could cash that in for a tidy profit, but
What is the cash out? I didn't look.
It was all right. It was like 30 or 40 maybe.
Okay.
So that's out there, but I think there'll be a fun team to follow in the playoffs.
I might have to take a little profit bet on that.
Miami
A
at
cash out.
Miami at 30-1 for $10, which
I like
love.
that.
The Niners at 8-1 for
Good
$20.
bet. Good bet.
And then two division bets. Houston at 11-1. I threw down $20 at the start of the year. And Atlanta at 3.5-1, still alive but barely.
Yeah. Okay.
I may just cash that one in too.
Can you make a profit on it, or break
Few
even?
bucks. I think I bet 10 and it was maybe
If you
12.
break even, I'd get out of that Atlanta bet. They're not good.
No.
And even if they were to get the last wild card, they ain't doing jack.
Yeah.
Okay, and all I've got is some Week 17 picks I've already bet. You gave your best bets, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I love these bets. And you know why I've been doing pretty well betting, Dork? I mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I don't bet bad teams, and I only play games I feel good about. That's what the pros do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a pro and you bet all 16 games, you lose your ass. Anyway, here's what I like this week. Seattle -3.5 versus Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay -3 versus the Saints. The Bears -3 versus Atlanta. And I grabbed the Rams -6 versus the Giants.
A foursome of favorites.
That's it.
Okay, I'm going to real quick. First of all, my bowl picks were brutal last week.
Oh yeah, tell us about
This is the worst bowl season ever for me.
It's the worst bowl season in general.
Yeah, it's
It's terrible.
there's empty stadiums.
There's guys that aren't playing, and it's not just. Let me understand this because I don't follow college. It's not just guys that aren't playing because they don't want to risk getting hurt going into the draft.
Right, and that I understand.
There's also the cats that are
Transferring.
going to someone.
Yeah, they're
going
jumping in the portal and they're done.
Yeah, and they don't want to risk injury because they've already got a deal in the portal.
Yep. So it's crazy, and none of the teams who were supposed to win were winning. But I will soldier on with my picks. First of all, national champ, Michigan, go blue
I like Michigan this weekend.
against Bama,
What are they?
-1.5.
Yeah, I'd be all over that money line.
I like it.
We
Okay.
can't bet on college.
No, not in Oregon.
That's a bummer.
I got Miami of Florida, plus 2.5 over Rutgers. Clemson -4 over Kentucky. Maryland +7 at Auburn. Ohio State -3 at Missouri. If you got them when they were an underdog, God bless you. Penn State -4.5 against Mississippi, and the Ducks, the Oregon Ducks, -16.5 against the Falwells, Liberty University.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that game because not following college football, but just I'm thinking to myself, can't the fucking Ducks get a better bowl game than Liberty? What the fuck's going on?
Well, the college, the genius, in college they pick the teams. They pick the 4 teams who get to play.
Right.
So a team like Florida State that won its power conference, went undefeated, they got left out because they decided Alabama was a better team.
Well, it's all about the PR.
And they had to get an SEC team in there.
Sure.
And however, in the they have another a gang of 8, 4 other games or something.
Right.
Like the consolation guys.
Right.
And there they had a SMU team that was clearly better than Liberty, but they said, well, Liberty won all their games and won their conference, so we got to put them in.
So we'll
But when it's the top 4, when it affected Alabama, they couldn't do it. But when it was SMU and Liberty, they went the complete opposite way. And
yeah, because they screwed the Ducks.
What they did, well, the Ducks are going to crush them.
But no, they screwed them by giving them a shitty bowl game.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just funny how much effort is put into a football division, a level of football where every team would get killed on a playing field by the Carolina Panthers. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. So, and people love that college football though. So.
Yeah, I thought the whole leaving Florida State, was it out?
Yeah.
I thought that was that's just bullshit. And if there's no Nick Saban, it ain't happening.
Yeah. Well,
and that's why people, when they look at these playoffs that college has been trying to get right forever,
yeah,
they still haven't fucking got it right.
No, they haven't.
Alabama's not one of the best 4 teams in the country.
They didn't prove it on the field that they were.
Now, if they go and win the national championship, then I'll eat my words.
Well, it doesn't matter if they go and win it. They might, because these are 4 pretty evenly matched teams.
Sure.
But it would be like the NFL saying, let's say the Seahawks made the playoffs instead of the Rams, okay?
Sure.
And the NFL said, well, by our rules, the Seahawks made it, but the Rams are a bigger TV market. We think they're the better team. We're going to put them in.
Yeah.
That's basically what they did with Alabama and Florida
State. I know.
And it's bullshit.
It's total bullshit. And that's why I don't follow college football, because all the politics and the bullshit and the alumni and the payoffs and the whole bit.
The thing I hate most about college football and basketball is the worship of the coach.
Yeah.
They're
like gods.
They're like gods. They love their stature, they're egomaniacs.
Totally.
And most of them fail when they get to the next level.
And this isn't always true, but just from what I've seen, and like I say, I don't follow it much.
Yeah.
Most of these egotistical, godlike head coaches in college, they're horrible human beings.
Could be.
No, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And okay, I think that's all we got.
That's all we got. Okay, you've been watching Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude. Good luck in week 17. We got 2 weeks left.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
2024 bring you great football, happiness, peace, and prosperity, in that order. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Tomorrow's my birthday, Dork.
Happy birthday, dude.
Thanks, Dork. Okay, so we will see you next Wednesday. We're every Wednesday during the final 2 weeks of the season, as well as the playoffs and heading into the Super Bowl. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Good luck, Lamar. Good luck, Lamar.
What's that?